There's something kind of like very comical about the fact that all the slop tubers that are like, I hope she loses, I hope she loses, please, God, let her lose, would all be harmed by my losing. Please let her lose. I don't want to react to videos anymore. Yeah. So insane. Next segment. Now we can get to the Fantano video. Let's go. Lock in, everybody.
To all the detractors who are saying that I'm targeting women, that I'm a hypocrite for suing for copyright infringement, I just have this to say. I don't care. What I do hope, though, is that you'll support their crowdfunding efforts to defend themselves. Because let's face it, I want to make sure there's money left over for me when I win my lawsuits.
I don't really want to say too much here because I truly don't have to say too much. And I don't like to spend, a whole lot of time on the internet directly going at, in a very dramatic way, other creators. It's like the purpose of my platform for the most part, even though I do like to kind of shit on right wingers and, total pieces of garbage on the internet who I think make the music community worse. When it comes to like the broad content creator sphere, unless somebody's like, just being completely wrong-headed about some music or talking about me or just being like a real fucking idiot, I like to keep mostly quiet and just like kind of chill. And I don't pay attention to a whole lot of streamers to begin with, across the board. But I feel like what just happened here needs to be discussed because it's a very broad issue that affects all content creation across the internet. But what seems to have happened, thankfully, is Denims. I stream, but I don't consider myself like, a hardcore streamer, but I'll say fellow streamer Denims just got a tentative ruling in the lawsuit leveled against her by Ethan Klein, of the H3H3 podcast.
That's me.
Now, I don't want to spend, this little rant here and this talk kind of getting into the nitty gritty of the content nuke and Ethan's psychosexual obsession with Hassan and iDubbbz and Anissa and a host of other things about the whole situation I just particularly find weird. Are there elements of these dynamics that Ethan genuinely feels like, burned about and pissed off about? Like maybe, possibly, I feel like I don't know enough about these interpersonal relationships, again, on a personal level, to really comment on that front. What pisses me off about the whole thing and what makes this tentative ruling in Denims's favor about all of this, what makes me happy about this with joy is like, look, no matter what problem you have with any of these people, personally or politically, whatever, you cannot be using this as an opportunity to destroy internet content creation and reaction content, commentary content. I don't care how up your own ass you are. I don't care how psycho you are. I don't care how demented or mentally ill you are. You cannot be using your millions of dollars and you cannot be using your platform to sue and go after other creators simply for the sin of reacting to your content, good or not, and having their own thoughts and opinions about it that you don't like. There are lots of people who comment on.
And let me say, if you read a lot of the original court document from Ethan about my reaction, it becomes very clear that his problem with my reaction is not that any of the comments that I made about his perception of malicious theft or whatever the fuck he wants to call it, which we'll talk about in a little bit. It has everything to do with the fact that I made fun of him and made fun of his video. That's why he spends so much of his original filing talking about how he's so based and he's the bestest, and how I'm so incorrect and wrong about everything that I said on in the video. That's what that court document, I don't think was meant to be an actual court document. It was meant to be like something people read online and are like, whoa, he's so epic based, and he's breaking down why he's based and right, and his content puke is not a content puke, it's a content nuke.
and talk about my content? Are there situations in which I would maybe take legal action if those comments happen to come from a defamatory place and it was like all and out like complete lies or whatever? I mean, sure, but that's a different thing than going after somebody just merely for reacting to your content and making the claim that it was stealing. Making the claim that this person is stealing from you by reacting to your content. Bro, that is literally how you got started on the internet, dude. You literally had your own fair use lawsuit about this same shit.
The undisputed purpose of the defendant's live stream is to contest, criticize, and mock the plaintiff's message, which the courts have found weighs in favor of fair use due to its transformative nature. And they even proceed to cite Ethan Klein's case.
I feel bad and I regret ever having platformed you and had you on my own channel on a podcast and pushed people in your direction, because you turned around and ended up doing this. And again, I'm not even talking about whatever sort of like political or ideological sort of, disagreements you may have with these individuals or that I may have with you. That's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about you're literally using your platform and literally using these petty disagreements, your own emotions that you're so tied up in this situation, to destroy the very industry that we all operate within because you're mad that you're getting criticized. Are some of those criticisms unfair? And are they coming from like weird terminally online psychos that are on Reddit or this platform or that platform? Yeah, I'm sure some of them are.
I mean, like, the reality is, if you exist on the internet and even if you're not controversial, but if you're even a little bit controversial, like, the reality is that people are just going to make shit up about you and they're going to be annoying towards you. And Ethan knows that. Like, that's like part, as much as I don't want it to be part of the deal, it's part of the deal with content, that there are just freaks on the internet that will talk about you and make up random shit about you. Yeah, like Miss Rachel. I mean, like, literally, like, that is I think probably the big major downside of doing any content on the internet. I don't watch streamers, but wanted to congratulate you on the tentative W. Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, I saw something earlier that I wanted to say thank you about. You probably don't remember me, but I'm the guy who made the monkey edit of Hila when she called y'all dancing monkeys. I'm glad you won your lawsuit. Well, it's not a complete victory yet. I still have to wait for the tentative ruling to become official, but thank you. Also, that video lived in my head rent free. That video is crazy. That video. Oh, that edit. Oh my God, man. Actually, everyone loves me, so no one makes up stuff about me. Oh, true. All right, continuing.
I deal with those types of people too all the time. But to be going after other streamers for commenting on your content, and if this lawsuit ended up going in Ethan Klein's favor, effectively would have destroyed the business model of anybody and everybody doing this same exact thing. Reacting to other content, commenting on other content, transformatively critiquing and pulling apart other content that would have created such an ugly, horrible, just destructive, slippery slope. And you did it over some bullshit. You did it over some stupid, mindless, petty, emotional.
It's so crazy how so many of these same exact like slop tubers fought Pirate Software for so long because Pirate Software was not being very pirate software. And he was actively pushing for corporations to have more power over consumers. And at the moment that it's just an enemy that they like disliking, it's like, yes, corporations and people with the most money possible, they should have the power to do whatever they want to the rest of us. Yes. It's like, what?
Moronic bullshit is literally all you did it for. You didn't do it for any other reason other than some petty, stupid bullshit. And I'm glad that Denims had it rule in her favor. Not only because, I like and respect Denims as a streamer, but this would have been bad for everybody making content on the internet if this had ruled in Ethan's favor. So I'm just coming on here and just celebrating this W, not for anyone's sake other than all of us.
Which I did see, and we'll talk about it later, that clip of me talking about Moist Critical and talking about Philly D and whatever. A lot of people are like, I know that they're being bad faith because that's the internet, but a lot of people are being bad faith and being like, well, why would they care about whoever the Denims is? And it's like, okay, surely you can't be that stupid, man. It has nothing to do with who's getting sued, you fucking idiot. It has to do with what the lawsuit is about. It could be anyone getting sued for copyright infringement or getting DMCA'd or whatever. If it's wrongful and the person reacted and they doubled the length of the video, you shouldn't be on the side of the person that you like. You should be on the side of the principled position, which is we should keep internet nonsense on the internet when the person isn't stealing your content. When there is very clearly an attempt to transform the content. Like, hello? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't really care about any of these people liking me. You should want a precedent that improves React content if you personally engage in React content.
Because if you like this stream, if you like the content of any person,
which, by the way, people who don't like Ethan today understand this concept well. Like, no one here is like, oh, I hate that Ethan lost his first law, or sorry, I hate that Ethan won his first lawsuit for fair use. Like, no, I'm glad that he won that. What? I'm glad that he won that and he strengthened React content and he made companies and made corporations and made like millionaires and billionaires with content. He made it harder for them to just like take down any content that they didn't like. Like, what? That's good. That was a good thing that he did. So you don't have to like me. Like, I don't really care like about random people liking me, but like, shouldn't you be able to like recognize that a lawsuit that is going to potentially stifle criticism on the internet, that would be bad? Shouldn't you just have a principled stance regardless of who is getting sued and who is doing the suing?
On the internet where they are reacting to a video or talking about somebody else's video or talking about some other piece of content somebody made and incorporated clips or incorporated a snippet here, a section there, or, you know, reacting to a full video on a stream, it would have been fucking donezo. It would have been donezo. Like, it would have set legal precedent that would have allowed any other content creator to go out.
I think worse, it would have set social precedent. Because forget about legal precedent. Suing someone and suing other people being socially acceptable is all about social precedent. And I think making that okay is bad. I think having an environment where everyone's so lawsuit happy that everyone is suing everyone else is bad for people who want to share their opinions on things. Like, what? That's not, huh?
After a streamer, go after a YouTuber monetarily, have this video, that video, this other thing pulled down, taken down. And look, we're already dealing with a litany of that every week.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Does anyone like you? Unfollowing soon, you muppet. No, for sure. All the people that like sub, they hate me. That's why they spend $5 a month supporting the stream. They actually despise me. And that's why they're all primed and tier 1 and tier 2 subbed. Yeah. So true.
They should be kissing Denims' feet.
I kind of forgot about that. Random Tiger, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Yeah. Correct. There's a first time for everything. There's a first time for.
They should be kissing Denims' feet.
People liking my stream, or there's a. Ooh, oh no, your 2015 account was worth a kill yourself? It can't have been. Bro ulted, he ran out of moves. He was like, you know what? KYS. You know what? I'm willing to sacrifice my 2015 account. You guys know my rule, which is whenever shitters come in, I like to have fun with the shitters. I like to mock them. I like to roll around in the mud, have some fun. But if you do something that is against the terms of service of Twitch, like threatening harm or violence or telling people to kill themselves, I do have to report your account. I do. I'm sorry. You could call me uggo. You can call me a bitch. You can call me a vile fucking human being. You can say anything that you want. I'm just gonna block you, move on, or like ban you, move on. But come on, dude. That's bad behavior. That's BM, man. You should know better, man. You should know better. Tough. Let's see. I always forget which one it is. Is it this one? I think it's always self-harm. Yes, there we go. All right. Well, you guys know the drill. Go for it. Sit in the corner and think about what you've done, buddy. Think about what you've done. C-U-M. Do not.
Week when it comes to movies and music and these massive corporations that like throw their weight around online and make it difficult to pull apart any content coming out of the mainstream these days. We don't need to be doing it from content creator to content creator. It's complete bullshit. So look, if you consume any content like this, you enjoy any content like this, you need to be aware of this lawsuit. You need to be aware of this ruling, and you need to be sharing it, and you need to be like celebrating it, because we really did genuinely I mean, I feel like if you had two brain cells to rub together and, you already saw sort of like previous, sort of like rulings in regards to fair use law, as long as Denims was willing to sort of like put up the legal fight, chances were it wasn't going to go in Ethan's favor. But there were two other people who we pressured here legally who were not able to withstand the prolonged fees and all of that shit, who, I feel very bad and I feel very sorry for. Ethan was happy to sort of harass legally out of house and home almost, because it became so expensive to continue fighting him with lawyers. And I've been in this situation recently too. I mean, not over a, copyright thing, with that douchebag, Ronnie Radke. I spent tens of thousands of dollars to get that W, only to get paid, my legal fees, but it was I still ended up spending more money in the long run on all that. It was still a complete fucking waste of my time. Was, stressful to at least some degree. Obviously not as stressful as it was, I'm sure, for the loser who lost. So, I mean, I've been in these situations before, and I know how
The loser who lost is so good, dude. It's just more that it's like a massive waste of time. And it's like, how do I say this? It's a great way to get social approval, or to get permission from an audience to basically dox someone. So when I win all of this, I don't get to complain afterward. Neither do any of the other people that got doxxed get to complain afterwards and be like, hey, what the hell was that all about, man? What the fuck? Because it's like, well, it's just the law. It's just the law. It's like, okay, dude, if it's just the law, then why did you proceed to censor in your original video your lawyer's personal information, but not any of the people you're suing's personal information? Like, come on, man. And Kilotonics talks about this in his video as well. Let me see if I can pull it up, actually.
scary and weird and freaky it can be to have like a complete psychopath and weirdo going after you with like these seedy, shitty, no moral having, garbage, ambulance chasing, shithead lawyer freaks who will literally agree to do anything so long as you pay them to do it. I know that feeling and it's not very good. And I absolutely, commend Denims for, putting up the legal fight that she needed to in order to get this ruling and get this to where it needed to be, because, Denims deserves really, truly like some accolades for doing this, because, her withstanding this and bringing it to this point and defending herself inadvertently, secondary.
There is something a little bit comical about the fact that, like, sorry, this pause frame is brutal. Let me try and save it. There is something kind of like very comical about the fact that all the slop tubers that are like, I hope she loses, I hope she loses, please, God, let her lose, would all be harmed by my losing. Like, that would weaken any cases against them, any copyright cases against them, because my case would be cited then as precedent against them. Like, they would be some of the people that would be the most harmed by that. Like, please let her lose. I don't want to react to videos anymore. Yeah. So insane.
Is really like a public service to all of this, because had this ruling gone in Ethan Klein's favor, or had she folded and allowed Ethan to run roughshod over her just for reacting to the content nuke that he did, this would have meant that, again, it would be more difficult for other content creators to do this sort of thing. To do exactly what I'm doing, to do exactly the sort of content that I'm sure you guys react to other creators do on the internet, other creators doing, whether they're talking about politics, whether they're talking about.
Here, this was the Kilotonics timestamp that I want to show you guys. We're like, it's interesting that no one has talked about this part.
like this before.
He's doing a spite lawsuit trying to ruin our lives. And God forbid I actually fight back against a fucking total fraudulent copyright lawsuit. Well, fuck you, bro.
Or how he spent the last 2 years complaining about online harassment. But in the versions of these complaints that Ethan linked under his announcement video, he censored his lawyer's contact information, obviously to try to prevent harassment. But he did nothing to protect the identities of the 3 defendants, which were previously not widely known. I mean, sure, court filings are public, but then why censor anything at all? Ethan knew what he was trying to protect his lawyer from, but he declined to try to offer that same protection to the defendants and published it to millions of people. I don't know if most people would think of this as doxing, but I don't know what else to call it. And if that is what this was, we shouldn't be surprised. Ethan—
No, he censored his lawyer's information just cuz. And then he just like forgot to censor people's legal names. It's just, he totally forgot to do that. He just, oopsie. Like,
movies, whether they're talking about whatever piece of content they're pulling apart or commentating on. But yeah, poor Casey Tron had to do a hostage video apology toward Ethan like she was being held at gunpoint on the internet, which is fucking crazy. Yeah, shout out to the Anthony Fantano in San Diego. Yeah, no, H3 weaponizing the copyright system because of political reasons is fucking pathetic. Again, we came so close to like shit being completely burned to the ground because this moron had to take something that is so vital to all of our content and burn it all down and essentially say like, well, I'm taking my ball and going home because you made a piece of content talking about my content that I don't like. Fuck you. Again, shout out to Denims, and I'm glad that it blew up in Ethan's face and that everybody got to witness it. And really, like, you know, 15K likes and 600 retweets on this is shockingly low. Like, there should be way more people openly celebrating this because we really truly did just like dodge a fucking bullet. And the precedent that Ethan's last lawsuit along fair use lines, the precedent that set, he literally just tried to burn it to the ground over some personal petty shit, which is just, again, ridiculous. And it's crazy to sort of like see the contrast between then and now in terms of like this man's public perception and optics. Like when he originally won that last lawsuit, he was a hero to the internet because he allowed—
And I think that's one of the craziest things too. Like, people who didn't even know who Ethan Klein was before his lawsuit were like, damn, I don't even watch your content. I don't even know you, but good on you, man. Good on you fighting these like rich bastards that like are just using their wealth to bully other people because they don't like what's being said about them.
For there to be sort of this like, you know, open and normalized discussion and engagement with you know, sort of transformative content creation and reacting to other things online that has become the standard. And now you're trying to rip it away from everybody because you're pissed off over some personal shit. I'm sorry, but it's just stupid as fuck. So shout out to Denims. If you are, you know, still on the Bird app, as satanic and as awful as it is, I do recommend that you go on here and give her some congratulations and share this if you can, because I do feel like more people need to be aware of, you know, how big of a W this is for the internet and everybody.
Thanks, Mr. Melon. Shout out Fantano, dude. Shout out Mr. Melon Man, bro. Hell fucking yeah, dude. I mean, like, the thing that's crazy too is like, I would even understand people being like, I don't like Denims, her camera's too big, but yeah, I'm glad that she's winning the lawsuit because I react to content and I want other people to be able to react to content, and you should be able to be an asshole and react to content. Like, you shouldn't have to glaze someone just to watch their content. Like, that's also not part of like the fair use ruling. It's not like, thou shall be allowed to react to videos on the internet if you glazeth the original creator. Like, that's not even part of like fair use ruling. If anything, the opposite tends to be true, which is when you have more scathing criticisms, that's what needs to be and should be protected the most. So like I would understand any of these slop tubers being like, damn, I hate her. She's a vile human being. And her camera, and it's so big, but yeah, I'm glad that, like, you know, I want to keep reacting to content. Yeah, that would be a good thing. That's how it should be. Like every person who makes content like that should be hating Ethan in the lawsuit. It's just like I just don't. It's so bizarro. It's so bizarro.